You really got to try it, though.
Nah, I'm good.
Just tell her to stay close to the...
Nope, I don't want nobody crossing that bridge.
Just step a foot on the bridge. Actually, a nail.
Nope.
A nail feels so much better. Just a graze.
I want to say a name so bad, but I just can't.
He wants to say
He goes way past the though. That's different. He goes to the end of the bridge. Some people say no Diddy. I say Diddy all the way. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I do it big, big, big. I'm coming to win. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big, big, big. I'm coming to win. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big.
What is up? What is good? How you living? How you feeling? How you doing? It is the Big Podcast with Shaq, where we always do it.
Big.
My guy. It is Lefko here, and we are joined by someone special. Shaq, can I do the voice, or do you have a voice request that you'd like me to do?
Actually, you know what? Since he's from Texas, give me the white guy Texas voice. See if you got it.
We got ourselves a powerhouse, a genius, a comedy boss. This man has specials with a soaring cost, a Peruvian G that sells out all the seats. He has spilled drinks at the Garden. There was Diet Coke at his feet. We've experienced Bert, and he had us dying. If you've never heard of this man, you are lying. From a host of Yo Mama's House, Two Bears, One Cave, and he is currently on tour with Come Together. Give it up for Tom Segura.
Man, that was A1, Adam. Thank you very much for that. That was excellent.
Yeah, so Shaq, Segura here was sitting courtside at the Knicks and dropped a phone in his drink and almost spilled on the court and almost had a heart attack.
I was panicking, dude, because I was like sitting next to my agent. And I was like, yeah, look at this. And I'd look up, and then it just slipped through my hands, went into the Diet Coke, and I was like, oh, and then it started to just, pool out.
Right.
And I was like, if a player slips and breaks because of me, like my heart started to race. So I'm looking at the ref, and then I call over like one of the ushers, and they look down, they're like, that's not too bad. And I go, well, can we clean it up? And they're like, we have to wait till a break. And I was like, they go, but if it gets onto like the floor of play, they're gonna have to stop play, and then they will show you on the Jumbotron at MSG. And I was like, oh, please, God, don't do that.
So you were more worried about your phone or more worried about the players?
I was worried about the embarrassment of being the cause of hurting a player.
Got it.
But it was terrifying. It was fully terrifying.
So what brings you to Atlanta?
We're doing a couple shows at the Fox here. One tomorrow, one Saturday. So it's just in town to do shows.
I was going to say, Shaq, so Bert Kreischer we had on, this is like his mature older brother that has like taught him how to be an adult. Because, Tom, I'm telling you, when we had Bert in, he left. Shaq looked at me and was like, that was a tornado. Like, that was crazy. This is the reason that Bert's gotten to the next level, is this guy right here.
Bert leaves the room. I mean, we just did a bottle signing for our vodka, and he was shirtless, drinking, hugging, sweating people. Like, it was mayhem. That's every time, dude. Every time.
Bert is the funniest guy I've met ever.
He's a very, very funny guy.
Like he was saying some stuff. I was like, Bert, relax. He just kept going. I was like, Bert.
He can't stop himself.
Like, Bert, you're going to get in trouble. He just kept going. I actually love people like that. I love people that can, just be themselves.
He's very lovable. He's very authentic. And he doesn't know any other way than to be himself. We had a podcast yesterday with someone. He's the only guy I've ever heard to someone. He goes, hey, what was it like when you met me? I was like, that's not what you say to people, bro. Like, he's like, what did you think when you met me? And the guy was like, huh? I don't know. He's just only concerned about him. Yeah.
So what is a TAINT?
It's between your
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
It's just the devil's driveway. It's just a little. It's on the way.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
You a big ass eater, Adam?
No.
No. You don't eat.
This man just had a full conversation about and then said, "Okay, Adam, your turn." Okay.
Do black people say
That's a good question. 'Cause
I've
we have
never heard
different
that.
words for things, right?
the little bridge? That's the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The line. You see, no,
Yeah,
there's
the
like
line. Okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay, cool. All right, now I know. Yeah, I never knew that. I'm sorry.
Do you think that white folks say more?
Yes, they do.
That's an exclusively
Yeah.
like white
Yeah,
word.
they do. Cock, yeah.
Black guys don't say that.
No, we say
Yeah. Sure.
yeah, stuff like that. Richard.
Richard.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, how does one become a comedian? Like, what did you wake up and say, "Hey, I want to be a comedian"? Because I think I'm funny, but
You're very funny.
yeah, but comedy scares me.
What do you mean? You've been around comedy forever.
Good point. So, I've also I don't like to let the people down. So, when I was playing in LA, it was Comedy Store on Monday.
Yeah.
And the Improv on Tuesday.
Mhm.
So I've seen a lot of stars that we see now. I see them a lot of come up there and bomb.
Yeah.
And that's my worst fear.
Bombing.
Yeah.
It feels like you're sucking it in front of people. Like it's very,
Well, I don't know what that feels
I
like,
don't
but
either, but I assume it's not the best feeling. It's like you didn't want to, and then everybody walks in. You're like, I've never done this.
right.
Yeah, like that's kind of what it feels like. And they're like, you look like you're like, I'm sorry, I got talked into this. Oh, hey, Adam, you go from here.
I was gonna bring up the clip of you shooting half-court shots at the Orlando Magic
Don't.
game.
What the are you doing, man?
I'm sorry. But the reason I was bringing it up was I don't think people realize how big NBA players are until you're there, and I don't think they realize how far a three-pointer is until you have to shoot one. And I
Totally.
was curious, for comedy, what do you think people underestimate when it comes to getting on stage? Like, what part of it do they think is easy from the audience that when you get up there, it hits you like a mile? Like
There's just a
100 miles?
there's a huge difference between being funny in a conversation, like when people go, you're funny, and then being funny for an audience at a specific time, right? Because you could be having, like anybody, you've played ball, sick, sad, upset, enthusiastic, whatever, confused, like you've had all these, you're discombobulated, you have all these things going on, you still play ball. In comedy, you still hit the stage because it's 8:00 and it doesn't matter what's going on. That's the skill. The skill set is not just you're funny, is that you're funny right now at this moment for all these people. That's the thing that takes time to be proficient in.
I was going to say, Shaq is one of the best humans I've ever seen. At when he goes on a Jumbotron, he knows exactly what to do to make 50,000 people laugh for those 5 seconds. And I hear that you may need some Jumbotron coaching. I hear this is a fear for you.
That for me?
You said that you're afraid to go on the Jumbotron and people are like,
Oh, I didn't want to be the guy on the Jumbotron who just caused a player to tear his ACL. Like that was a different thing than just being like.
But I got moves that will always make the crowd go crazy.
What are your go-to?
Ready? Let's practice.
Okay.
The first one is, stretch it out, bro.
Oh.
Okay, that one right there make the people go crazy.
That makes them go crazy?
Yes. The second one is I know I'm a star, but I didn't know you were looking at me like you like recognize me, and you go, and then you give them like the fake. Right?
But that I already know that works because you're Shaq.
But you're famous too, bro.
No. If I were just like,
First of all, you gotta understand, if they put you on the Jumbotron, people know who you are, bro.
okay,
Right?
that's true.
Know who you are.
That's true.
Everybody likes to laugh. So again, the second one is
Okay.
and then the third one, whatever team you're on with, just like Knicks, go Knicks, go, get the crowd chanting.
Yeah.
Automatic.
That's an audit. That's a genius one.
That's automatic. So, he's correct when he said I know how to.
No, and I've seen you be funny a million times.
Thank you. What's your thought on social media comedians?
Comedians?
Yes, from on social media. Be honest.
Oh, the ones who just do social media.
Yes, the ones that do skits and who call themselves comedians. First of all, do you respect them as comedians?
No, they're not comedians.
Thank you.
Okay.
Glad you said it because I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like you do what you do. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It's like the people who are like, I don't know, they're street ballers or something. Like, you're not an NBA player. Like, it's a different thing.
Great analysis.
So they do what they do. I don't have any problem with it. Like, sometimes you see they've amassed like 20 million followers doing these like little sketches and shorts, and you're like, great. But I think they're only great at that for that level of consumption. I'm never going to make a video that they make where you go like, holy shit. Just like you're not going to see in a game a guy like, you know, dribble the ball with his foot and like knee it to somebody and you're like, that was crazy. Like, yeah, that's for this like fun thing you're doing on the street. But I don't know, when it comes to like like a comedian, for me, is somebody who takes a mic, gets on stage and does it for a whole audience. So it's a different thing, but I'm not bothered by it, but I just feel like it's a totally different thing.
What's your advice to young comedians that are trying to make money in this business? Like, what would you tell them? Where should they start?
And this is the big break question brought to you by the General. Let me get that in there. How can these young comedians get a big break?
I mean, the way you do it is you just work on the craft. You get on stage as much as you can. You do every mic, and you get proficient. You get better at it, and the breaks happen. Like everybody who I've seen like become successful in the last decade doing stand-up is because they worked on getting good at stand-up, and the opportunities come your way. So I think when people go like, they're looking for like an angle. It's like, there is no angle, man. There is no thing that you could, if you just did this, then it would work out. Get good. And the only way to get good is to do reps. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody asks you about playing ball, it's like, dude, how...
You was getting ready to say free throws. I saw it.
I did.
I know. Go ahead. You can say it.
But you know what no one can say?
What?
You didn't take a lot of free throws.
Yeah. That's a good point. Good point.
And so...
Yeah, you was like when somebody asked you to take a lot of reps, I was like, motherfucker, you was getting ready to say free throws. I knew it.
You just, you did so many, and then look at the results.
You can't hurt my feelings, bro. You can say any joke. Like, you gotta understand about me, I love to laugh.
I could tell.
Like,
I know.
I'm one of those guys that when a comedian says a humorous joke or a dark joke about me, I just laugh because it's fun. Yeah, I like it. It's funny. This episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq is brought to you by The General. You know, Shaq loves The General. Before the league, before the rings, before I got my big break, I've been rocking with The General. The General has been offering quality coverage for 60 years. You already know The General was there for Shaq when I needed him. Low rates and flexible payment options to keep you covered. If you're ready for your big break, you know what to do. Visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. Again, visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. And it wouldn't be the Big Podcast without The General. But comedy scares me, it really does.
That's hilarious.
You think if...
You're such a showman. Like, I remember, like, dude, we have a 7-year age gap. I looked it up, which is like, basically, I was in middle school when you were at LSU. And I wore 32 in middle school.
For real?
Yeah. And then,
where you from?
Well, we moved a lot. So I was born in Cincinnati. When you were there, when you were at LSU, I was in Milwaukee. But we moved to Florida in 93. So I saw you play in Orlando in 93. And one of the fun things was like, I'm like a middle school kid becoming a high school kid, and you had such this funny personality. You know what I mean? Like the break dancing on the floor, and like you just seemed like the fun guy to be around. But you were funny in interviews. You were always funny. Like I would assume that for you, and I've seen you like do comedy bits. I would assume that for you, it's a totally natural transition.
I would like to think I'm funny, but I'm not as funny as you and Bert. You guys are on a whole nother, like comedians are on a whole nother, like I aspire to be like as funny as you guys.
Really?
Your friend and you.
Yeah.
Like the explanation of the, well said.
Yeah.
Very, very, very descriptive. Like, I never knew that.
You really got to try it, though.
Nah, I'm good.
Just tell her to stay close to
Nope. I don't want nobody crossing that bridge.
Just step a foot on the bridge.
No, do not.
A nail. A nail feels so much better. Just a graze. You know what I mean? Like just like a.
Nope.
You're gonna text me and be like, "Yo, the nails. What's up?"
I want to say a name so bad, but I just can't.
She'll do it.
No, go ahead, Adam.
He wants to say. Very obvious. We know he has his comedic routine.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not my cup of tea.
Well, he does. He goes way past the though. That's different. There's he goes to the end of the bridge. Some people say no Diddy. I say Diddy all the way. That's what he's doing.
Tom, from a comedian's perspective,
yeah.
Shaq, Chuck, inside the NBA, what do you see is so right about that show comedically? Like, what are they doing that maybe they don't even realize?
It's perfect. I wouldn't say a word. It's perfect. That's chemistry. That's what what happens when they make pilots, right? When TV show like channels, they make pilots. What they do is they have these scripts and then they start casting people, right? You're gonna play this guy, and you're gonna play, and then they throw them together and they shoot them, and yeah, they're all like pretty much the same level of funny. But the reason a show becomes like Friends or How I Met Your Mother, it's because of the chemistry of the actors. Now, they're not acting, but you can't manufacture that chemistry. So I wouldn't change a thing about their dynamic. It works perfectly. It's perfect. That's why people love to watch the show because they love these guys and they love basketball. But a lot of the viewers are because it's funny to watch you guys interact, you know?
It's amazing that Chuck gets away with all the stuff that he can say.
It's unbelievable.
Like, have you ever heard his rant about San Antonio women?
He said, wasn't it about like big, like they're
big as hell?
They got some big old women down there in San Antonio.
For like 7 years straight, he just winning on the big woman from San Antonio.
Big women in San Antonio.
And you know what's crazy? I went to high school in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
And like I didn't realize that. It's like growing up. And now there's some gorgeous women there, but after he started saying that, I would go back and I was like,
"There's some big in this town." Yeah. There's a lot of good food in San Antonio.
Yeah, it is. So give me your Mount Rushmore of comedians.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mount Rushmore of big cities.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah, do that.
Okay, let's see. Omaha's got some big women. Nebraska, they just feed them well all throughout there.
Never been, but okay.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. Louisiana has some big, the whole.
Yeah, we do.
Baton Rouge definitely has some big ladies.
We do.
Yeah. I mean, this state's not around either. I don't know what we're leaving Georgia out of this for. There are some wide women walking around in Georgia. Big, like they could go play for Georgia. There's some really big chicks in this town.
Yes. So Omaha, Louisiana, Georgia, and where else?
And I think you just gotta throw something at like Iowa. There's some.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they eat. They really eat, man.
They do eat.
That first date's gonna cost you a couple bucks in Iowa City. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna get steak, I'm gonna get potatoes. They're gonna do the tomahawk challenge
and a Diet Coke, right?
Oh yeah,
Diet Coke. Yeah, because they're working out
better. Yeah.
You married?
I am. Yeah.
Kids?
2 kids.
How old? What's their
boys? 5 and 8.
Oh, okay. So you're just getting started.
Yeah, Ellis and Julian, little dudes.
Do you discipline them? Like we got disciplined?
I'm the disciplinarian in that.
You are?
Yeah, my wife.
I was never disciplinary.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, they're just like, dude, my 5-year-old has a crazy mouth on him, and he's very reactive. Like he's like if he'll stub his leg or he'll be like table, and you're like, hey, hey, man. And last night my wife was out, and I was putting them down, and I was like, he doesn't listen. You know, he's 5.
Right.
I go, get in bed. And the 8-year-old's in, and I go, get in bed, dude. I go, hey, man, this is like the 8th time I've asked you. If you don't get in bed, then tomorrow you're not going to have any treats. You're not going to have any privileges or anything. And he goes, God, you're such a nervous. And I was like, yo. And I started to laugh because it was such a funny thing to hear a kid say. And I go, what was that? He goes, you nervous, you. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. But that my level of discipline is just to be like, don't talk like that.
Got it.
I don't, you know.
So because I was gone all the time, I didn't want to just come home and be, so I let the wife's discipline. But whenever my kids got a line, I just gave them a look, and it worked.
The look works a lot.
Yeah, the look worked like,
and then
you say?
Yeah.
And then I would always threaten them.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I got 7 kids I never had to spank. Maybe 1. Maybe that's not a bad ratio. Like 7 kids only had to spank 1 kid 1 time. Not bad.
I had a good threat the other day that my wife told me to stop doing because it was freaking him out. When he wouldn't listen, I was like, I'm going to get you a cochlear implant. And he was like, what?
A what?
Like a hearing aid that they put surgically in your brain.
What'd you say, a cochlear
implant? Yeah. Like
what's it called?
Cochlear implant. So I told him I was going to sew it onto his head. He was like, what? And you could see how it
right.
And so when it started to freak him out, it made me laugh, you know. Right. My wife was like, he's going to be up at night thinking he's going to get surgery so that he can hear. And I was like, good, maybe he'll listen.
Yeah.
Because Shaq knows Bert and you just told a story about your son, can you tell Shaq the story about your son bringing Bert a glass of water? I think he'll really enjoy it.
Bert came over to my house. First of all, he was like, let's play he loved, because his girls are grown. And he was like, oh, this is so fun being around little boys. He's like, they go, we want to play hide and go seek. And he goes, I can't play hide and go seek. I'm fat. And they heard fat as fat sticks for some reason. So they start calling him Fat Sticks. They're like, hey, Fat Sticks. So that's like his nickname. They're always like, how's Fat Sticks doing? And I'm like, he's good. So Fat Sticks. Because they misunderstood him. So then he comes and he's sitting with me in the living room. And my oldest, at the time he's 6, he just walks up to Bert with a glass of water. He goes, here you go. And Bert's like, what's this? He's like, I got you a glass of water. And he goes, where'd you get this from? He's like, from the sink. And he goes, okay, you drink it. And he's like, no, you drink it. And Bert's like, did you get this from the toilet? And he's like, no. And he goes, Tom, I think you got it. I go, Ellis, did you get this from the toilet? And he looks at me like so serious. And he goes, no. I go, Bert, I believe him. And he goes, well, then take a sip. And my kid goes, no. And I go, I got to go check. So I walk into the bathroom and there's a trail of water from the toilet. I go, Bert, don't drink it. I go, Ellis, you got that from the toilet. And he goes, I'm sorry. And he just walks away. I was like, dude, you're giving people toilet water?
I like Ellis.
Yeah, Ellis is pretty cool.
Ellis can hang out with Uncle Shaq anytime.
Yeah, he's a fun kid.
This is you got to look forward to with your son.
I can't, like right now, all he does is just smile at me. Like I can't even imagine him like telling me no, but
oh, dude,
I would rather have a kid that is like that like says funny things that I think are funny than like a really well-behaved kid. Like I kind of want.
They're fun. Oh, dude, believe me.
Not in this generation, you don't.
They ruin everything, bro. They tear everything up. Everything's drawn on, cut up. My kid put a fork in the TV, like wild.
You put a fork in the TV?
Yeah, a fork.
Through the glass.
Through the glass. And then we had to have a new TV shipped. And then I see the box sitting in the living room and it's got holes in it. And I was like, what the is this? And he's like, I go, did you stab this box? And he's like, yeah. I go, dude, this is the second TV. So then it was the third TV.
I like Ellis.
Ellis is wild.
So why did you and Bert start doing podcasts? Because in my opinion, it's like way too many podcasts. Like
There's way too many podcasts.
Yeah, like I wish it was like done like TV, like only the great TV stations survive. So I wish it was a place where only the great podcasts would survive. And you guys would definitely survive. But my question is, why did you and Bert do a podcast?
It was totally not thought out. It was for fun, and we were just going to do like maybe one a month or something. So we got together. I think it was either 2019 or 20. And I was living in LA, and it was just like, hey, you want to just do one for fun? And we did it, and I think we did another one 2 weeks later, and the reaction was so big to it. Like people loved our dynamic together that at first we committed to 2 a month, just like, hey, one every 2 weeks. And it just kind of kept growing. And we had so much fun together because it was like our dynamics, like we're talking about your guys on the show. It's like he's a wild guy, like as you experience, and I'm just kind of the straight guy who's just like, hey.
You're wild too.
Yeah, well, he's a different kind of wild.
Yeah.
So our dynamic, and then we've been friends for 20 years. So it was like it's a natural thing. Like, I mean, I was with him like 2 weeks after his first daughter was born. Like that's when I met him. So I've known him forever. We've known each other since we were like almost open micers. Like we were just doing local shows at bars and clubs, and now we're both on arena tours. So we've been together. We've been friends through the whole ride.
Who would you say is the Shaq of comedy?
The Shaq of. That's a good question.
White and black.
White and black?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the white guy.
You got the white guy?
Yeah.
I mean,
I like Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
He goes off.
He goes off.
And his is still a little bit old school comedy. Like he don't really give a what people think.
Yeah, he goes for it.
He goes off.
Yeah, he goes off. He goes at.
He really goes off.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Cat's kind of the powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they just
goes off too.
Throw it in sixth gear.
Lets it rip. Off too.
Yeah.
It's funny. You said Schultz. Is that who you said, Shaq?
Yes, Andrew Schultz.
So I was literally in Soho yesterday, and I've known Schultz now for a while, and I think Tom will appreciate this. I see him, and then I see him there with this guy, and he goes, "Hey, do you know who Dave Attell is?" And I was like, I stayed up late as a kid watching you like Insomniac on like Comedy Central. Like Dave Attell, to me, was like one of the funniest people I've ever seen in my entire life. But sometimes like you see a comedian and you go, "Oh, I see what he's doing," and like that's an interesting style. But like when I saw Dave Attell, it was like this crazy person that I could never connect with, but it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
My question for you is not who did you see that made you think I want to try comedy, but who was someone that just made you laugh so much, but was so unlike you, but it tickled you uncontrollably? I
mean, well, Attell, I had your reaction where I could not believe how funny that was. And then I tried to do, I think I was sort of unconsciously doing an impression of him for a couple of years, because you do that when you're starting out doing stand-up. You go, oh, like, yeah, this guy's got it going on. You start to like not know that you're kind of mimicking that guy, right? But for what you're saying, I mean, I think it was more like those one-liner, like Hedberg types that I was like, I'm not anything like this, but they're still so funny, like those guys. Like Mitch was like that kind of funny where I wasn't going to be able to ever do anything like that, but I still found him so funny.
Yeah, like Jeselnik feels like that to me too.
Yeah, Jeselnik's a great example.
I'm trying to guess what it's going to be, and then he delivers it, and I have to hit like pause, and I'm like, how the hell did his brain even get to that?
Yeah, it's dark and it's twisted and it's unexpected.
Congrats, by the way. You have some dark comedy coming to Netflix. What's that going to be like?
That's exciting. Yeah, we have a series. We got 6 episodes. It's like, I think I would call it like a bit of a nod. Did you ever watch the old Twilight Zone?
Yes.
I love that show.
I did too.
So we have vignettes, like short stories within an episode that are dark but comedic. So they're kind of mind plays, like they mind. But like think of like a comedic Black Mirror is kind of a good way to summarize it. So with a host and like up stories. Yeah.
If you need me, I'm in.
Really? No, but you would really do it?
Yeah, of course.
Do an episode?
All day, every day.
The writer's room starts 2 weeks.
I'm in.
I'm writing a Shaq one.
I'm in. All day,
Here's the
every
thing.
day.
Here's the only rule I would have though. No for sure.
Yes.
But no cameo. You can't be the waiter. You got to be in the piece. You know what I mean?
And how long is the shoot?
It would be like a 1-day shoot.
Done. L.A. or Atlanta?
Austin, Texas, baby.
Even better.
In Austin.
Even better.
Got you.
I'm there.
We just did a deal. Thanks.
I'm in. But you got to make it really, really funny.
Oh, we'll make it funny, but we'll make it up too.
All right, deal.
Okay.
Do I get to kill some people?
We can do that for sure.
All right, deal. All right.
You'd be so scary to fight.
I know.
Yeah,
I always wanted to be like the next black serial killer because we don't have any.
You don't. Why?
Yeah, hold on. We've had what? We only had one.
You got the DC shoot sniper.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about movies.
Oh, I thought you were talking about real movies.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I was like, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. We got the guy in Cleveland that had the. Okay. Oh, in movies.
Yeah, movies.
You have Candyman.
That's it. You guys got Jason.
Yeah.
Freddy.
So much white evilness, but it's all. It's more of our. It's in our core more.
Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need one. What about Jeepers Creepers? You think he's black?
I don't even know who that is.
You never watched Jeepers Creepers? Where'd you get those Jeepers? You need to check it out.
Really?
You never seen Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3?
Never. Are you big? You're a big horror fan?
Yes, every night. Every night I come home, smoke my hookah, just turn on horror.
Do you like thrillers too? Do you like?
I like thrillers.
The new Ripley series is amazing.
Ripley.
It's based on.
I haven't seen that.
The Talented Mr. Ripley, which was a movie.
Right.
They made a 8-episode series. It's fantastic.
Does it have a lot of violence? Because I like violence.
It has violence.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check it out. No, I do. I love violence.
This is dark.
Right.
Yeah. Very good.
Tom, I have a question. If you were on a sports show, because I know you're a big sports fan, do you have a take that you've been working on for a long time that you would just unleash to the world? Or do you have any sports takes that if you were on a TV show like an ESPN or a TNT, you're like, I need to get out that I actually think Kobe's the best player of all time? Do you have something like that?
Well, I mean, I do think Kobe's amazing. I'll tell you the thing that I think about, because I hear the debates go up so much, is when it comes to like GOAT talk, which will never end. It's entertaining, so it shouldn't. I understand this is all entertainment at the end of the day. There's nothing like whatever you experience the first time. So like, I grew up, the first guy that was the guy was Jordan. If you talk to a kid who's 25 right now, who just grew up in this era, you can't go, but you don't understand. Like, it doesn't compute to you. Just like if you talk to like our dads about watching Jim Brown play or it's who they watch first. So it's almost like whenever I hear people and they keep throwing up stats and they talk about how about that? I'm like, yeah, dude, if you weren't around for it, you're never going to fully grasp it. And I'm not going to grasp what you saw in the 1960s. Like, I watched Tyson before I didn't see Ali fight. So it's like, I understand his greatness, but I'm going to go off of what I saw, man. Like, I saw something different. So that's the thing that exhausts me, is like when people do stats, I just go, you've seen what you've seen. I've seen what I've seen. I don't even feel like we need to have this argument.
Or what if they just had a clear-cut definition of what the GOAT is?
Yeah.
Whether it be stats, championship, it's sometimes when I hear people talk, I don't understand the criteria. Is it championships? Is it points?
Right.
Is it?
Well, because they move the goalpost on the conversation.
They do all the time,
yeah.
all the time. But I think, like I always have arguments with people, like, I don't really care who's in it, but I think you should put the right people in.
Yeah.
Right. So right now it's just, for some reason, LeBron and Jordan.
Which
is fine, but you're not going to throw Kobe in there?
It's goofy. It's weird that people don't.
Like, you're not going, you know what I'm saying?
And I think, like, because he's not here, people just feel, comfortable leaving him out of the dialogue, which is very strange.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
And that's the only problem I have with him.
If you're doing a comedy show and you look out and Shaq is there in the front row, how much does that change your set? Are you thinking anything? Because it's like, here's this head that's like 1.5 feet higher than everybody else. What would that be like?
Front row, I'd be like, bro, can you move? Like, can you sit in the back? Like,
would you talk about me?
I mean, I think I would have to.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's certain things you just can't ignore. That's a big cardinal sin of stand-up. Is like you can ignore certain things. You hear a little chatter over here, but it's like the broken glass rule. If you hear a bottle go and shatter, and you just pretend that it's not happening, then the audience goes like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why are you not living in the moment. So yeah, if there's a 7'1" guy in the front, I don't care if it's Shaq or any other guy. I'd be like, look at this guy. Like, you have to look at this human being in the front. I had Tyson come to a show one time. Mike Tyson came to my show.
Yeah.
We met on a flight, and I chatted with him a little bit. It's terrifying for a moment.
Was that you fighting Mike on the plane? This clip right here?
No.
This clip right here.
That ain't me.
You sure?
I left him. I didn't want to bother him at all. I said my piece, and then he came back over to me, which was way different. And my heart stopped when I felt his hand grab my shoulder. I was like, huh. And then he chatted me up about my show, and then he goes, like, we're coming to your show tonight, brother. And I was like, okay. And then he showed up, like, this is a comedy club.
Right.
This is like, I'm telling the manager of the club, hey, Tyson's coming to the show tonight. He's like, what Tyson? I'm like, Mike Tyson, man. What do you think I'm talking about? He's like, yeah, sure. I go, he just called me. And he's like, okay. And then a few minutes later, he's like, hey, man, Mike Tyson's here. I was like, I know. I told you. Like, I know.
Did you talk about him?
I didn't know if he was still in the room.
Right.
Because it was like he was sitting further back in the club. But as the show's going on, I hear like smacking on a table. I was like, I think that's him. And then I assumed that when the show was ending, because a lot of celebrities, I mean, you go to events and you leave before it's over.
Right.
I assumed that he had left. Like at the 40-minute mark, I'm like, he's gone. I can't see him. And then when I get off stage, I'm walking to the back. I'm walking up the aisle of the club, and he goes, that's funny. I was like, oh, thanks. He's like, let's go to the green room. So he took me to my green room. He goes in there, and then we just sit in the green room. He smokes like 19 cigarettes in 25 minutes. And he's just like, you got a window? I was like, it's a little late for that, bro. Like, smoking. And then he just hung out, talked boxing. But the experience of having him at the show at first was full panic.
So I used to always sit up front at shows, and then I got embarrassed one day.
Who embarrassed you?
Not by a comedian.
Oh.
So, Sade, you know who Sade is?
Singer.
Yes, she was having a concert, and me and my cousin, we had on suits. And this was like when I first got to LA. She was so gorgeous. I was just sitting there like mesmerized. And then at the end, right, everybody stood up. But I didn't want to block people. I was, I'm a 19-year-old kid. I'm being polite. I don't want to block people. And Sade gets on the stage and says, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And some of you rich that don't like to stand up, you shouldn't even came to the show. So I'm looking at my cousin like, who's she talking to? He's like, she talking to you? I was like, I didn't even do anything. And then the first time I got intimidated by a comedian, the young lady on Saturday Night Live, Leslie, what's her name?
Oh,
she went off on me one day. It wasn't a bad thing, but she was like, Shaq, me and you have a big old black. But like, she just kept going. I was like, all right, next joke. And I was just sitting there.
Where were you at? In New York? Or
no, I was in LA.
At the store?
Yeah, at the Comedy Store. It was funny, but she was just, is that Shaq? Me and you have a big old chocolate. Like, she just kept going. I'm like, all right, next joke. And she just kept coming close. I want to take you home right now. I was like,
oh,
okay. And I was just sitting there like.
So you sit in the back now?
Yeah, I sit in the back now. Yeah, I get scared. Because I don't want to block people.
Yeah.
No, but my Sade just went off. Just I want to thank people coming out, and even if you're too rich to stand up, I don't need it. I was like.
You were a rookie?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had on a clean suit. Because actually, between me and you, I wanted her to see me.
Yeah.
I was going to try to.
Sure.
But I blew that.
Did she know who you were? Like when she said you?
I don't know. I went in the back to try to talk to her, but security's like, no, you got to go.
Wow.
Yeah. Threw us out. Yeah, true story.
Rich.
Yeah. He's like, you rich. I don't even know why you came to the show. I was like, who's she talking to? She talking to you, mother. Right? No, it was a fabulous show. Like I was just so amazed that I'm like, bro, last year I was in college. Now I'm sitting here watching Shot. I was just,
that's amazing.
The VIP treatment, and when she said it, I was like, damn, I was hurt. You never heard that story, huh, Adam?
What was worse, the Sade or when you thought you were going to have some one-on-one time with Janet Jackson?
I'm not going to tell the Janet Jackson story. Keep going.
Sounds like a good one.
Oh, it is, but I'm not going to tell that story. Anyway, what's your thoughts on aliens?
Yeah.
Because obviously he's not from this planet releasing that type of information.
My bad.
Nice.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on aliens?
Yeah, I think they're here.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at the technology. Look at this. You think we came up with this? There's no way.
I kind of believe it too, but I'm never going to say it. But now that you said it.
Yeah, dude. And also the technological boom that occurs since Roswell. I mean, is that supposed to be coincidental? We're on horses and like sending pigeons to talk to each other, and now we're like beep, bop, bop. Like, yeah, that's technology we stole.
I would have to agree. You know the greatest technology right now? I could be here. You can be in Austin.
Yeah.
I can record video.
Yeah.
And somehow it just travels through the air and gets to your phone.
Aliens. That's aliens.
How do they do that though? Like really?
I really don't know.
No, like seriously. Like I've been trying to like look it up. Like how do you do that? Like text is cool, but if I send a video, dude, how does it travel through whatever, and that video ends up on your phone? I mean, that's like that right there is like the best piece of technology.
It's an amazing piece of technology. Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, we have what high-speed internet is crazy. How about stealth bombers?
All right, so give me the top 10 things that you think is alien. Texting.
Wait.
The top 10 things that you think aliens control. So texting is one.
Texting is one. Okay. Weapons. Like the entire...
Guns.
Huh?
Guns.
Well, I'm saying like military grade weapons.
Okay, that's two.
That's two. Yeah. I don't know.
Cloud seeding.
Cloud seeding?
In Dubai.
Okay.
Like, I didn't even know they can do that. You can send something to the clouds and make it rain? That's alien.
That's got to be alien.
Got to be fucking alien. Self-driving cars.
You think that's alien?
It's fucking, I ain't gonna lie, me and my cousins walking down Melrose one day and I seen a garbage can move. I'm like, what was that? It was one of those self-delivery robot things.
Yeah.
Like it was coming to her. I was like, I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, who's playing the prank? And I stopped at the light, left, right, across the street. And I'm like, what the hell is that? I actually wanted to steal it. That's alien.
That's it. That's four.
Yeah, that's alien. What else?
Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, yeah, Victor Wembanyama, alien. Yeah.
That's alien.
Five more. Anybody else, alien?
Alien?
I like trying to guess who is actually an alien, even though they pretend to be a human.
Oh, I'm an alien for sure.
That's believable.
No, I'm an alien, and the only way I can get my day started is I got to smoke some hookah.
That's how you start your day?
Yes, I start my day. Like after I get done with you, smoke some hookah, go to the bank, go to work.
You go to the bank?
Yeah.
You actually go to the bank?
Yeah, because I need cash, because I like cash.
You roll with cash?
Yeah, I don't want to go to the bank teller because we live in Atlanta and I don't want to have to kill nobody.
Yeah.
So when's the last time you've been on 6th Street?
A week ago.
Every time I go down there, those kids fighting.
Yeah, it's
every time.
It's
I done been on there 100 times since high school, and I always see a fight every time.
I mean, I saw a guy. I was leaving the club, and a guy was just standing in the middle of the street, and I happened to be in front of a cop who then went around me, turned on the lights because the guy's standing in the street. He's like, "They're trying to arrest me for standing in the street." And like then you look over here, another guy's dragging a guy out of a place, throwing. Yeah, it's chaos there, man.
It is.
It's chaos.
So can we shoot my on 6th Street?
You want to shoot on 6th Street?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
You are serious about it?
Yes. I'm going to give you my number. You call me, let me know you need to come, and I'm there.
You heard that, Adam.
I am there. But can you afford me?
I don't know.
$1.
Shaq, I need you to see a video because, Shaq, you love your mom more than anything. And I think that Tom really loves his mom. But one of the funniest videos I have ever seen is this video of Tom catching his mom doing something. And I think there's a 100% chance you have not seen this, but I need you to see it. So if Shane can play the video for you, I would really appreciate this moment.
You know, she forbid me
to play this.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm your mother. She's like, you want to play a clip of your mother farting? She's like, could you put me any lower? That's what she kept saying. This is a magical moment.
First of all, I had nice length.
Yeah, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Nice length and excellent clarity.
It was great.
And it like changed it.
Do you know what the magic of that was? This is like, we're talking about how amazing technology is. I had said something about like, you know, hey, like I teased her about, I bet you don't have a big fart in you or whatever. I bet you can't fart like that. And she was, I guess, you know, in a snappy mood. So she was like, oh, I got one. And she turns. And just in that moment, I happened to reach in, pull out my iPhone, and you have the camera icon. So you can go straight to it. So I just went bam, bam. And then that was captured. Like that
was nice.
That's a magic moment, you know.
What's her name?
Charo.
Miss Charo. Love you.
Here you go, Mom.
Love you, Miss Charo. That was awesome.
Anytime anybody sees that clip now, she's like,
the length, the sound, and how it went, and it went back up. Mom. Love you, Mom. That was awesome.
There you go, Mom.
That was so awesome.
Shaq approved.
See, like, this is why I love technology, because we can show a video of Tom's mom farting, and then now Tom's mom has a message from Shaquille O'Neal saying that he loves her because she farted.
That was awesome.
It's amazing.
No, the turnaround and did you, and then for him to play that's awesome.
Pretty great. Yeah. I like messing with her.
Shaq, one more thing. Our favorite segment, Dr. O'Neal fan advice. And today we are making Tom Segura, Dr. Tom Segura, we are giving you a doctorate. Congratulations. Again, if you'd like to ask Dr. O'Neal a question about your life, your love life, whatever, submit it via email, askdroneal@gmail.com, or put it in the comments section. Today, Dr. O'Neal, Dr. Segura, this comes from Sean from Cleveland. Dr. O'Neal, I've been dating my girlfriend for over 4 years now, and she keeps pressing me to propose. She is 30, I am 25. I do want to be with her, but I'm not ready to get married and start a family. Do you think I should propose to her or no?
Run. Get it the out of here with that. Like, a lady pressing you to do it is the worst case scenario in the world. You don't even want to be with her. Buy a ring and throw it in the river. There's no shot this is going to work out. You're going to be leaving her anyway. It's not going to happen. I just point her in another direction. Drop her off on the freeway. It's not going to happen. It's a total waste of time.
And I would like to propose something called SYS, called Sabotage Yourself. You go to 7-Eleven and you get a phone and whatever female name you want to make, text yourself and make sure she sees it. Make her leave so you don't leave her.
That's diabolical, man. Jesus Christ. That's spoken like someone who's done that a few times.
Nope, I've never done it. But yeah, get out of there.
I mean, you could just go to a strip club and take a photo with one. I don't know. Shaq did some high level there. That was like CIA training. This is a special agent sitting to my right. He knows exactly what to do.
Special agent.
Yeah. Either way, get out of there, dude.
Yeah, get out of there.
Shaq is telling you to buy a burner and to pretend to be cheating, and Tom Segura is telling you to drop her off on the freeway.
I never said cheat. I just said text yourself and just see what happens. Yeah, baby, can you answer the phone? Who the is Big Booty Monica Santa Monica? I have a question. Do white guys label? Well, you're married, so I can't. But I was going to say, do white guys label girls in the cities that they're in? Like, I don't know. Like,
I guess you're just saying that black guys do that?
No, I'm just saying like Stacy, Santa Monica.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay, cool. Good answer. Yeah. That right there was the MMA, the married man answer. I don't know. He was real quick to I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about. These black guys are crazy. I don't know what they're talking about.
Thanks for coming, brother. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, I'm serious about your special.
I'm 1,000%.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Give me your number. I'll make it happen.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Nice length and excellent clarity. And it like changed. Ooh.